I believe we are born as humans on earth. We are all born with the same purpose. Our purpose is to find our happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling life possible. I have another video I'll link in the description of this video called Passion versus Purpose. There's a big misconception between our passions and our purpose. I believe that all of us have the same purpose. Hit the ground running as humans, learn our lessons to figure out what makes us us, to live that most authentic version of ourselves, whatever it may look like. In order to uncover that, we have to move through some lessons. I also believe that the same way we all have the same purpose to find our happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling life, we have the same lessons to move through. The same way that our happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling life, our purpose is going to look different for everyone, our lessons are going to look different for everyone. There are infinite lessons that we can learn as humans on earth, but let's just say for the purpose of this video, there's only 100 lessons to learn. There are so many ways to get to 100. And that's why growth isn't linear. It can look different for everyone. We're all going to arrive at the same place, but we're all taking different routes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and I help people find happier, healthier, and more fulfilling lives to live their best life through finding a balance between their mind, body, and soul. Lessons and learning and growing and evolving are all passions of mine. I love learning. I love growing. I love the idea that we can learn the same lessons, but that they will look completely different for us as humans, that my experiences and how I arrive to 100 is going to look different than your lessons and how you arrive to 100. I really believe that our relationships are the #1 catalyst for growth in our lives. So many of us hold ourselves back because we hold on to relationships. I'm going to link another video in this description about an intro to my belief about relationships. Relationships are where we learn most of our lessons, and that without our relationships, we wouldn't have so many lessons to learn. So many of us stop learning. We fall into a relationship and we just get really comfortable and cozy. We sit in that comfort zone and we stay that same person for the length of the relationship, and sometimes that will be forever for some people. A post that I saw on social media yesterday, a young woman was talking about how her and her boyfriend decided to break up and that they were in a loving, healthy, happy relationship, but that they realized their potential for growth with each other had reached its potential. If they wanted to continue to grow as individuals, they couldn't do that together right now. It received a lot of backlash. I really just commend those people so much. It's easy to get rid of a relationship that's not working, to leave someone who doesn't treat you the way you know you need to be treated. It's easy to leave someone who is a loser, deadbeat, a shitty person. Those are easy people to leave, but we believe that if we love someone and we're in a loving relationship, then we're supposed to be together forever. And that is another way that we limit ourselves. To be able to say, I love you, but my potential as a human is limited in this space, I think is just such a commendable thing. I hope I can find that post to link it in the description. Give that woman and her partner credit for being able to witness that. It takes a lot of objectivity, which is something that we don't really have in society today. A lot of times in our relationships, we get stuck on our personal growth because we expect our relationships to be cozy and comfortable and comforting and not something that pushes us to help us grow. I'm an acquired taste. I'm not the friend that's going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm the friend that's going to tell you what you need to hear. Hard to swallow. And I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't feel comfortable telling people what they want to hear, stroking their ego, as opposed to telling them what they need to hear and helping them grow. And piggybacking off of that, we all only know our experiences. We can try to empathize or sympathize with other people on their experiences, but at the end of the day, we can only relate to everything as we know it through our lens. I think that a lot of us, myself included, I don't exclude myself from any of these musings, learned these things because of myself. A lot of us hold ourselves back because we choose to get offended when someone interjects their experience into our story. Instead of looking at the perspective that they're bringing to the table, letting their perspective maybe shift our perspective with our experience, we choose to shut it down and say, I can't believe that they made it about them. They didn't make it about them. They can only relate to you and your story through them and their story. Your story reminded them of their story, and it made sense for your story. And ourselves offended at someone sharing their story or their experience with us, instead of sitting back and looking at maybe they have something to teach us. Every single person that we come into contact with has something to teach us. Every single person has a perspective that might be able to shift our perspective. None of us are perfect. We all have these lessons to move through. There's 100 lessons to learn on this planet. You've knocked down numbers 1 through 10. Lessons 1 through 10 you have down pat. But now this person has lesson 22, 48, and 56 down. They're giving you a perspective from a lesson that is way beyond the lessons that you've been through, and you're shutting it down because you're choosing to be offended by it instead of opening your mind to what they might have to offer. I'm going to leave it at that today. As I said in my first relationship video, I have a lot to say about relationships, about growth, about evolution, about these lessons that we come here to learn. I'm just gonna start scratching the surface until we dig a big hole. Again, my name is Jackie, and I help people to live happier, healthier, more fulfilling lives, to live their best life through finding a balance between their mind, body, and soul. I make new videos every Monday and Friday, so don't forget to click subscribe, and I will see you next week.